I've been thinking about the Holdovers quite a bit, and I do feel that besides Godzilla -1, this is my other favorite movie of the year. The kind of movies I love often depict random and unlikely friendships, and it's true to life. The people that you never thought you'd be friends with are usually the ones you end up being the closest friends with, and this movie encapsulates that concept and theme. The themes of empathy, the themes of loss, the feelings of being lonely, especially during the holidays. And in this film, these characters are very much directly lonely, and being able to find joy in the company that you already have. And a lot of times, I think we find ourselves in jobs or in school or in other scenarios and take the people around us for granted and never really get to know them as people. This movie celebrates friendship and life and the redundancies of the everyday and learning to appreciate the people that we already have in a very unique way that not a lot of films are able to capture. And I think it's some of Paul Giamatti's best work. I think this is Alexander Payne's opus, and it's definitely going to be a holiday classic for a very long, well, in general, forever, right? This movie's beautiful. It has a lot to say, and it's very subtle in the performances as well.
I thought your father was some rich guy, my mom. It's been locked.
You don't tell a boy that's been left behind at Christmas that you're aching to cut him loose. And nobody wants him. What the fuck is wrong with you? Steve.
Paul Giamatti's character isn't someone that I would ever imagine being friends with. He's a curmudgeon-y, smelly, alcoholic, angry kind of bastard, but seeing his progression and seeing his arc and his heart open up to other people is truly beautiful thing to see on screen. And the portrayal of grief and starting over and turning a tragic event and looking towards the future is also captured in this scene and in this film overall. We have this mother who lost her son to Vietnam celebrating the fact that she has a nephew on the way and something to look forward to. And here she is reuniting with her baby sister. Also sharing the grief, but also sharing the fact that they can move on. And it's so subtle, and it's not beat over our heads. We don't have the actors moaning and wailing and crying. It's very subtle, like life itself, and it's just such a gorgeous film. This scene especially. Just two sisters catching up. This scene especially, the Boston sequence around the holidays when Hunnam and Angus escape to Boston and spend a few days together for the holiday, is equally compelling. This scene especially, when Hunnam is watching Angus solo ice skating. So much is said without saying anything at all. We have a man who's middle-aged, who has a lot of sadness and loneliness in him, watching this other young man, a student he thought was such a brat, celebrate just being young, his whole life ahead of him. And the two really share a unique bond by the time the film is over. It really speaks to the fact that just because someone is in your life for a brief period of time, it does not mean that they don't have an impact. And the ending definitely proves that Hunnam had a huge impact on Angus's life, even though the ending is very bittersweet and sad. I love the idea of three very unlikely friends coming together at a time when most people are with family and friends that they will know well, sharing this bond in the most unexpected way. It adds so much depth, So much nuanced and a ton of humor. Alexander Payne is the king at character development. It's very appropriate for the holidays, and if you're feeling down this holiday season, if you're wanting a good character study that's going to make you feel good, have a good laugh, and have a good cry, definitely check out The Holdovers. It's still playing in select cities and select theaters, but it's also available on demand right now. Some of Alexander Payne's, if not his best movie.